On this week's episode of A Beer and a Bet, we go to Augusta, Georgia, tackle the Masters. Can't wait for that. Newcastle, Rockhampton, Wagga, Inglis, Easter sales, staking plans. Beery's been at the gym, believe it or not. That and much, much more on this episode of A Beer and a Bet.
Yes, hello and welcome to A Beer and a Bet. We're back. We're only back because the Masters is on. No other reason. And what a week it is, Beery.
I'm so excited. As soon as we complete this podcast, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep till 9:30 tonight, and then I'm going to get up, watch the Masters all the way through to track work, and then just live out my fantasy of being better at golf.
Bit going on for you today. You got the golf shirt on, obviously inspired. You got a Nike tick on it though, with a Titleist hat. Is that like a early Tiger Woods sort of play that you're going for there, or I haven't really seen that combo too often?
What about like as a sponsor? Obviously, Tiger wouldn't have been cheap in that, but what about when he chipped in and that Nike tick was just hanging on the edge, and like you couldn't, money can't buy that. It's unreal.
Only the biggest brand in world sport provided with the biggest ad opportunity of all time.
I'll tell you what, I was not happy today that they can piss off this little pitch and putt with the kids and the family.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. The par 3 challenge, is it something you like, or are you just completely against it?
No. It's like when Mooney Valley tried to run the Manicato before the Cox Plate. You know what I mean? It just ruins it. It ruins a track ruins everything. Just keep it fresh, keep everything contained. There's already enough excitement, and
you are aware they are separate golf courses, right?
Yeah, I know, but it just ruins a thing. You know what I mean? It's too much. I don't want to see some fucking 4-year-old draining a putt at Augusta. No, it makes me depressed. Yeah. I want to enjoy these 4 days.
Yeah. And if Jack Nicklaus's grandson was good enough, he would have had his chance to be good enough. We don't care that you can hole out from 110, mate. No one cares.
You know what? You're on the bag for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to hear from you. It's like hearing from George.
Speaking of which, he's on a date this morning at some little factory outlet down there.
He's actually, well, I just give him, but no, he's going to get in. If he's getting in a Sahi bowl with a friend, I only presume that it is a date, because I'll be more concerned if he was going to get in a Sahi bowl with just a friend. Questions will be asked.
It's questionable behaviour anyway. Speaking of questionable behaviour, you had your first gym workout in 37 years. How did you pull up? And if you haven't pulled up sore, I'm suggesting you probably didn't try hard enough.
Went out for breakfast yesterday morning with a few boys, and the end of breakfast, they're like, we're going to the yard at 12:30. To me, the yard sounds like a pub.
Yeah.
It really does.
Either a jail cell or...
Hey, the yard. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm coming. They all start laughing. They're like, that's the gym. I'm like, I knew that.
Yeah.
So then I said, no, I'll come. So then I had to leave breakfast. I went straight to the athlete's foot because I don't own a pair of runners. What about the rort there? I said, size 10, pair of these. Oh, no, we've got to scan your foot. We'll do this. Man, I pretty much had an MRI on my ankle just to get a pair of shoes.
Surprised they didn't put you on a treadmill with an ephemeter.
A bit of mayo going on there. When I owned runners when I was 12, my mum and dad just take me down to Sim Sports, and they'd give me a lobster and they'd say, go your hardest. Scan your ankle.
Plastic pump sort of operation.
I've seen it all.
And obviously Brooks, New Balance, Asics, your standard sort of setup down there, anywhere from 500 to 200. Where did you land?
No, I got away like 250. I got the beginner ones.
Yeah,
but she was very polite. The lady, she got the scan results back, and she said, we moved to another section, the heavily supported section. She goes, you're gonna need some extras. You're gonna need some support. I said, yeah. So anyway, went down to the yard. Yeah. I was straight up. I went and approached the lovely young lass that was in charge. I said, listen, obviously, we don't need to point out the obvious, but I said, this is my first go. Just go easy on me. Like a dog with a bone, she was. Made a beeline for me do 6 more, 3 more, do this, do that. I spewed in my own mouth. I had to swallow it.
Thank God. It's about time you found a length. Good to hear. and I expect more. What were you thinking going to the instructor telling her, oh, my first time? Like, what else was she going to do? She was going to absolutely hand it up to you.
Yeah, well, obviously she's not paying the public liability there, so I thought I would just go. No one needs a fat bloke having a stroke down the back for brand damage.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd pull on that string, but she didn't shit. She served it up to me.
God bless her. Maybe we can
But
get her on the show next week. I
after
like her a lot.
going down to the golf club and deleting a few schooners last night, I didn't feel as bad. Yeah, I felt like, you know what, I've earned this, not just like I'm a normal.
Yeah. Are you going back next week? Maybe twice a week?
I'm going to Rockhampton this week to get absolutely on the as they've been described to me, the sugarcane champagne up in Rockhampton.
The Bundy Rums.
I've never heard that before. I've never had a rum, but if you are listening to this podcast and you're going to be in Rockhampton on Friday and Saturday, I sound like someone that's trying to sell the last tickets to their show, some shitty stand-up. I'll be there. Come and say hi. Come and have a beer. Come to the merch table.
That's so good. Why are you going to Rockhampton? And firstly,
why not? I've never been.
Yeah.
The club got in touch and they're like, Beery, you're a legend. We'd love to have you up here. I said, I'd love to go. And
that's true.
It was a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Got the Calcutta big day racing on the Saturday, and then they have a yearling sale on the Sunday. What more do you want?
You are aware of the humidity factor up there. Have you done much research into that?
Yeah, I've got the good undies, the bamboo, the breathable ones. When I pack them whenever I'm going north.
Take the Vaseline, son.
And on that, do you know what? We might even jag a little one for 10 grand that we can get home and get back up to the race next year.
I love that. I love that. Speaking of new additions, a few new additions. Tears for Fears. Tears for Fear?
Tears for Fear, just like the band.
Georgie found this one.
Yeah,
not only can he identify Asahi venues, but he can also find horses.
He came to me and said, mate, I found one on English Digital. And it was like the most proud moment I think I've ever had. I don't have
proud
kids,
dad.
But I just felt like, you know what? I've had an effect on someone. Not saying it's a positive one, but I've had an effect on someone. And I said, mate, show me. I said, I love it. I love it. So I think we paid like 15 grand for her. Yes.
Big Arlo.
Good dog. Yeah, so paid 15 grand. It'll be winning a provincial only race around here for sure. Did a little bit of work this morning on the grass. A couple of weeks. Should only be 3 weeks away from going to the races. So I think we've only sold half of her. I'm going to keep a bit. Georgie's going to keep a bit. And no
doubt I'll get stuck with a bit.
Yeah, well, by default. It'll be fun. So I think, we paid bugger all for it. So $750 will get you, sort of 5%, and you're at the race in 3 weeks, and she'll be great.
And if Georgie's found her, she'll be bloody well looked after.
Mate, his dedication is an understatement for that kid. Sometimes at 2:30 in the morning, I hear a noise, and he's up, he's out there, the lights are on, I roll, because he lives there.
Yeah.
In the back house, what's this bloke doing? Get out there, and he's got him on the walker. He doesn't sleep, that kid.
Does not sleep. He's a star, to be fair.
8:15 the other night, he knocked on my bedroom door. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, mate. He goes, oh, you reckon tomorrow I forget what horse is down to evens. I said, mate, go away. Go to your room. Shut up. I don't care. He lives for it.
Just go to prison and change it yourself. So you think, Colt, another addition. Now, that was a very, very impressive sale up there at Riverside, and we've managed to jag one.
Yeah, he is just, you just don't get a colt with a better pedigree. Half to Jamaica, half to Generate, like proper horse, and other stakes winners. And you know what? Is he the most belting, cracking type you've ever seen? No.
No, we would have paid 400 if he was.
It's going to take a bit of time, but he had good x-rays. He had a great scope. He's just going to take time. He's going to be big enough. He's just got to grow into himself. But that's the thing. We're not into buying yearlings that aren't going to improve. And I'll tell you what, he's not going to be a $60,000 horse in 12 and 18 months' time. So I thought he's exceptional value. If he is the worst horse that mare produced, he's still a cheap horse. So
Yeah.
Absolutely wrapped with him. I think we sold about 50 or 60% of him. And at that money, I thought he'd already be done. So I thought he was a beauty.
So you think service fee is about 82.5, isn't it?
Mate, and yeah, his stats are unreal, but
Hmm.
because they take time, people aren't prepared to wait. But I think he's such good value, especially from a veterinary point of view. Like a lot of people, when they see a horse that looks like it's meant to sell for more,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, what's wrong with it? It must have a bad throat or horrible X-rays or something, which he doesn't. He's just going to take a little bit of time, and I'm
Yeah.
not going anywhere, so I've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, maybe at another sale, probably would have fetched a bit more as well, right? But he becomes a bit of an
I think
outlier at that sale.
Yeah, I think so. I think what he was compared to against at that sale probably made him look a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know, you put him in the Melbourne sale, you put him at Classic sale, and he makes 100+ every day of the week.
Love that. Well, we've covered the gym. Not sure if that's successful or not. A couple of new additions. If you want to get involved, Steph at mitchbeerracing.com.au. Vegas Stream was huge.
Huge. Even carried you, Gano. That's when you know they're flying. You were up and about. You liked his chances. You said, mate, if this goes to the front, it's going to be very hard to beat. And you were bang on. So, no, it was just great. Those owners in that horse are so good. They've
Yeah.
understood that. We just had to wait for it to rain. And obviously, you can't just keep scratching him. Sometimes you've got to go around on a drier track when they're probably not, as good of a winning chance. But it's so that when it does rain, they are ready to go. And he was. And I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Just filthy on the horse because I had $100 bet and a bet on dinner with George that Vegas Stream would beat home all our runners at Goulburn the start prior. Anyway, got some back this time.
I can't talk about Goulburn.
Yeah, we move on. Vegas Stream was huge. Any other winners?
No, Zipper List was one bound away from winning.
Sick at a list.
Sick at the list. Yeah, great ride from Louise and a horse that really deserved it. But, he's back on track now. He's going good. He just keeps drawing 18, 19. And but good for those owners to nearly get a result, but he won't be far away.
I love these horses that run second because you pick up that nice little 5,000 prize money. We just go again, we win. And it's just a little free 5,000 jump in,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all free. It doesn't cost anything to train them, mate. They just live off fresh. Live off fresh air.
Bills are cheap. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Upcoming runners. Let's have a look at that before we tackle what is going to be an enormous 2025 US Masters. And two former aspiring golf pros here. Hopefully, we can see you and do winner. We feel short. Abraham Answer just absolutely dogged it in the live at $31 or something. Like led the entire journey, then dogged it. I think we can do better this time.
Once a set of shades on, mate. He saw the post and just laid down. He literally walking up 16. He just laid down.
How pathetic was that? Like I've never been in a position where I've been able to choke, and
you can't even blame jockeys. It's so hard.
If I was, I wouldn't have choked like that. Like at least go down fighting. Fair dinkum, laying up on par fives. Just kidding yourself. Cashburn, Falkland, Hard Knock Life. This is the moment. I am lethal. What else we got? That looks like about it. Oh, hang on. Precise, Brazil, Artful Persuasion, Cashburn against Strassman. Immortal, Naughty, Sort, Puzzler, potential horses going around. Where do you want to start?
I think, we'll start Saturday. We've got 2 horses going to Queanbeyan in the maidens. I think Hard Knock Life will win.
Is that named after you?
Yeah, she ran second last here at Kembla, but only beaten 3 lengths. Back to 1,200, shades on. She brings her Maru run, she'll win. It's a very, very average race. And I think she's our best for the weekend.
Wow. Falkland?
Trialed well, finds a terrible race, but has got to improve a couple of lengths from his trial, which he should do. Yeah, 900 meters. He's just got to step away and be there. He'll be thereabouts. I'm confident on his chances, and he should take good improvement from the trial.
Any prices out for Hard Knock Life yet?
No, mate, it's Queanbeyan. They'll be flat having a price out on the way to the gates.
That's a shame.
They only got power 8 years ago. Settle down.
Shout out to our owners in Queanbeyan. Newcastle race 4, Cashburn, Grant Buckley, drawn barrier 11.
That's okay because she'll get back a little bit, and they should run along. So no, happy with her. She was great last start at Canberra. She flew home, ran a career best peak run according to our form man. More than happy with her last run. So goes out to 1,500, gets same jockey, good consistency, provincial only race. So like her, and she should be decent odds too.
She'll be a price, and she can win the race.
Yeah.
Tail in a true position. Hopefully they go forward, and she'll be rattling late. I think Grant was better for the ride on her the second time. You imagine he'll be better the third time.
Third time's the charm.
Third up, 1,500 meters. Don't want to get ahead of myself, but she could be one of the best of the weekend.
Oh.
I know, right? Just want to see how that track plays, but we'll find a way. Wagga, this is the moment I am lethal.
Yeah, both chances, but they're in good races, both lead ups to Walker Cup and the Town Plate. So yeah, they're good chances. They're in their right races for their ratings, but I wouldn't say they're standout chances.
Fair enough. Georgie had the ice boots out, just doing his best to get his favourite horse, Iron
So,
Lethal.
for those horses, for those people at home that don't know, Iron Lethal's having our first start for the stable. George, our man, used to train the horse in Queensland. He left it up there with another trainer. Came down, started working for us. He was blowing up. Wasn't going good enough, blowing up. I said, well, let's just bring it down here. And that way, we'll train it.
And we can stop listening to your whinging.
Yeah, it was mainly just to stop him complaining. So, mate, the horse has gone over every day. Fine tooth comb has gone right over it. But I'm very worried about it not running well because I don't think the trip. It's a long. If anyone knows a lonely drive home, it's me coming back from Wagga or running 7th in a highway.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to get around our man if he doesn't run well on Saturday.
Iron Lethal will be competitive, but does George know where Wagga is yet? Has he been to Wagga yet?
Mate, I've told him. I've said, mate, you go down there under my banner. You've got a reputation to live up to. Town Plate,
you got
photos of me in
those
pubs down there. There's photos of me in pubs, and you know what? We'll have another one this year when Big M galloped this morning.
Yes,
and
exclusive.
I ran out onto the track after he galloped because I was so excited. I wanted to talk to Angus.
Obviously, fitness regime. Yeah.
I was like that. Remember that guy? Who was that crazy Japanese trainer that came over?
Yeah.
That was me at Nowra this morning.
At track work.
I was so excited.
Did you have the runners on or were you wearing the Vans?
No, I was in the Vans. But, mate, I was so excited. And I'm like, mate, was that as good as what it looked? He said, Beery, this horse has never, ever been going as good. His words. He's like Benjamin Button, that horse. He's going in reverse. He's getting better. He's unreal.
All right. So where do we see him first up?
Town Plate.
Just
mate, rain, Town Plate, me at the William Farrer. I can see it all now. It's like
so we are going to Wagga.
Yeah. No, I'm not this weekend. Oh. I don't do preludes.
No, not this weekend.
Go to the grand final.
Grand final day, Wagga.
Yeah,
Will already said he's paying for the Airbnb.
Yeah, he did say he was paying for the Airbnb. Our man, Will Freeman.
Better be bloody good, Will, if you're listening. And I know he watches. He's a big fan of the show.
Beat him in a Wagga Town Plate too. He took Ang Pao down. Got its ass handed to by members.
He's going all right, young William, but looking forward to that clash. Righto, US Masters. Give it to me. We've been to Rockhampton. We've been to Wagga. Now we're going to the Masters.
All right. I've got a few selections. I think I've had 86 bets.
Good.
Right?
So you'll lose
But
overall.
overall, I think if you've got $100 to spend, just split it up between these boys, and that is Colin Morikawa, Minwoo Lee,
Shock horror.
Xander, our man,
What's his
the,
surname?
su- the souffle. Nick, I call him Xander Suke just because he sounds like Nick Suke,
That's
but
okay.
Xander Souffle.
Souffle.
And you could have something as well on DeChambeau. I just think he might pull something out of the hat.
Didn't he shoot like a 65 first round last year and just absolutely capitulate?
Yes, and I was also on him last year, and I didn't back him as first round leader. And also, I've also had all those first round leader as well.
I got one for you, and this is going to be obscene because usually my golf tipping's pretty good.
Oh my God, I love this. Go.
Rory McIlroy.
That is so boring. You're so fucking boring, mate. I was
God, you're
ready.
so good. That is so good. Yeah, winning money is boring.
It's like tipping
And
via
beer.
Sistine. Who?
I'm not tipping
anyone,
via Sistina. I'm potting her.
but like, it's just sounds like you sound like someone at the pub. Oh
Rory
man,
McIlroy's never won a US Masters.
and he won't. He will not win,
Rory will win by 5.
mate. I don't know what you want to bet, but Rory McIlroy will not run in the top 5. 200.
Got any nice horses going around without down there that no one knows about?
I tell you what, if Rory McIlroy runs in the top 5, I'll give you your share in Tears for Fears on the house. 5%. There you go.
Well, we'll keep that bet and have 200 cash on it as well.
All right, done.
Done. Rory McIlroy for me, I think he wins. I think Hideki's been in the worst form he's been in quite some time, and I think he can bounce back at $34. So they're the two plays: Hideki, Rory, McIlroy.
Rory can't get over the head noise.
Doesn't need it. He's got a kid now, young family. It doesn't more things to worry about in life than winning a Masters.
Maybe I should have a couple of kids.
It would be helpful. I can suggest you don't feel pressure as much when you got other things going on in your life. I think Rory's at the stage of his life.
It was a part of my when they gave me a provincial license race in New South Wales, said you're not allowed to have any kids or financial dependents because if you go down, at least it's only one person. So it's a part of my licensing.
You just keep wheeling that one out when you need to. Phil Mickelson took a long time to win his first Masters. They took a long time to win his first Masters. I feel like Rory wins one and he'll win another 2 or 3.
Oh, my apologies because I thought you were tipping Phil Mickelson. And I'm actually just going to turn this computer off.
Imagine
Imagine
tipping Phil Mickelson. That'd be the
I'm not wasting my time.
stupidest.
You may as well be. Do you know who is? I love him, but he reminds me of when Alstrom and Haradason went to stud.
Yeah.
Nothing has been more disappointing than Ricky Fowler in the history of golf. What a flop.
He swung it like an absolute axe murderer. Like, had it over here somewhere, hit these loopy draws and was top 5 in the world and he was nearly unbeatable. Then he went and saw some guru, made him swing it like an absolute superstar and he can't break 70.
But you know what? He needs to come see you because I've been channeling when you told me about standing closer to the ball.
Yeah.
Right? And I just hit this big high draw, and every time I do it, I think of you. So,
so once around,
if that doesn't put a smile on your face, mate, I don't know what is. But I'm just like, oh, fucking Gannon, I love it.
Well, I know I've made it, and you know you've made it because there's a figurine, a Mitch Beer figurine potting around. What's going on there?
Not my work, not my handiwork. The media team over at Kembla Grange have had a slow Thursday because they've produced a Mitch Beer figurine.
Well, J-Max got one.
They were going to get
Rachel King got one.
Because of the tariffs, too hard. Trump's put a tariff against us, so no good.
You know that J-Max got one, Rachel King's got one, and you've got one.
They're all fake. They're all fake.
Oh.
They're not real.
That's disappointing. Why would you do that? What's the point of that?
the bobble doll for the front of the car, like this. Yeah.
Oh,
All
I'll be
right.
relentless. Righto, that's a beer and a bet. We need a staking plan to wrap it up. I'll give you $100. You've got $100 for the Masters. I'll give you $100 for day 2 of the championships. Off you go.
Mate, I'm not worried about them. I'm gonna have 100 on Hard Knock Life,
Yeah,
right? Don't worry about the championships. 100 on Hard Knock Life at Sky 2 Queanbeyan on Saturday,
yeah.
right? Then I'm gonna have 50. I'm gonna have $20 on those 5 golfers that I told you.
What are their names again?
You want me to run through them again?
Yes, please.
I'll have 50 on
20.
20, Colin Morikawa, Minwoo Lee, Xander Schauffele, Bryson DeChambeau, and Tony Finau. Those 5.
I bet you also another side bet $100 that none of those guys come in the top 5.
All right. Well, otherwise you're going to pay double for your share and tiers for the
Oh dear, it's all happening. I'm going to have 50 on Rory, 50 on Hideki at a huge pricing. You have $40 Hideki can win around there, and just steps up to the plate in the big moments. Does our man Hideki, and a lot of you could do with a pause in your swing as well. We're going to go to the championships. I'm taking on Treasure at the moment, please. 2,400 meters against better quality 3-year-olds in the autumn.
This is pause the show. This is absolutely monumental staking from our
Monumental.
man.
Yeah. I'm backing Bell
Are you
Patel.
saying lay of the day?
Lay of the day. Yeah. You can also lay Via Sistina. Take
This is
her on as
unbelievable.
well.
Mate, if those two don't win, you will be in some sort of inquiry.
Uncle Pete
Laying
on
the
phone.
two greatest, laying the two biggest morals of the entire carnival.
Yeah.
And you're against it.
I'll tell you why. So Treasure at the moment beat up a whole bunch of average young 3-year-olds over 2,500 VRC. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like those horses are legless. Apologies to anyone if you own any of those horses. Now gets to a autumn where the horses she's racing against actually have a bit of quality and can actually run 2,400 meters. So I suggest to you that those 2 New Zealand horses are a chance. The price differential between those two is ridiculous. And Bell to Tell ran, how's this? The fastest last 100 meters of the meeting over 2,000 meters. Granted, it was a slowly run race. On TJ Smith was on that day and they went slow.
Yeah.
And she's run the fastest last 100.
What would the Derby winner be in this price in this race? $1.60.
Yeah. 30. She was exceptional. And I
Yeah.
did tip it to you and you didn't back it. Here's another thing. So I asked you how you went at the races because you've got more media gigs than me, which is frightening.
Yeah, thank you, sportsbet.com.au.
Frightening.
Great day out. Invoices in the mail.
Like it's incredible. And now you've got like a world horse racing gig. You just it's just insane.
I know. And you know what? For all those other fat kids out there in Albury, keep punching because you too can make it.
I don't even know what we were talking about. That's a beer and a bet. Until next week or month.
Bye.
Yeah.